Hi and welcome to the preview video for the second test between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, which we played at the P. Saravanamuthu Oval in Colombo. So this is the second test of the Bangladesh tour of Sri Lanka. The first test, which finished last week, saw Sri Lanka decisive winners by 260 runs. They led from the front, batting superbly in the first innings with led by Kusul Mendis' 194 and an 85 from Asela Gunaratne and a 75 from Naroshan Dickwella, propelling them to 494. Bangladesh did well at the start of their innings with 50s to Tamim Iqbal and Sumya Saka, but really struggled in that middle order with their skipper Mushfiqur Rahim holding them together to a certain degree with his 85. Third innings, Sri Lanka went out to score quick runs and did so, scoring 274 for 6 declared, setting the Bangladeshis 457 for the win. And Bangladesh, after being none for 67 after day 4, with a rollicking start thanks to Sumya Saka being 53 not out at stumps, they crumbled to be bowled out from 197. So the second test sees the Pisara Oval, a venue where results are more often than not generated. In the last 11 tests, there have been results in all games. So it is expected that to continue. The question is who's going to win the game. As far as strengths are concerned, the Sri Lankans seem to have got a nice balance here with their side. Their batsmen are certainly, they appear to be clicking. They've got that middle order rejigged now. Matthews isn't in the side at the moment due to injury, but you got Mendes, Gunaratne, and Naroshan Dickwella as in that middle order, and then you got Dilruwan Pereira, and it looks pretty solid. And then you have at the top of the order Upul Tharanga, who scored a ton in the previous test, and Kusul Mendis at number 3. It is a reinvigorated Sri Lanka after their disappointing tour of South Africa. So I'm going to go with the Sri Lankans. They've got the main man with the ball, in Rangana Herath, who took 9 wickets in the game, 6 in the final innings, which was exceptional. And when you got a match winner in the side like that, it does make it very hard, particularly on spinning surfaces. This track's expected to be good for the pacers early on, and then good for the spinners in the second half of the game. The Bangladeshis really need to sort out their batting. It was good to see Sumya Saka make twin 50s, opening the batting, and Mushfiqur make his 85 and Tamim a 50 in the first innings. But there were a lot of non-contributors, so it's going to be important that the Bangladeshis can keep up with the Lankans with the bat. They do have very good spinners, the Bangladeshis, in Shakib Al Hasan, Mahedi Hassan Miraz leading their charge from the spinning side of things. So if they can really cause an impact and really keep the Lankans down to a low score, so say 300, they'll be right in the game. But if the score goes out beyond 400, I can't see the Bangladeshis keeping up over the 4 innings, because they are prone to collapses, and they don't get those big contributions, 100+ scores, which is important at test level to build an innings in that 400+ zone. So I'm going with Sri Lanka. The odds we've got here at $1.60. $1.50 for the win for Sri Lanka, $3.75 the draw, and $6 for Bangladesh. As far as batting options are concerned, the guys that I'm going to look out for in this game, from the Sri Lankan side of things, Dinesh Chandimal. He did make an unbeaten 50 in the second innings of the previous test. He made 190 not out in the tour game against the Bangladeshi. So I'm hoping that he can come good. He's paying $5. it'll be good to see how Asela Gunaratne goes again this time. He looked very solid in the previous in his the first innings of the previous test. He's at 7, and I'll definitely consider him. So yeah, and also look out for batting options as far as scoring 25, 50, 100. They're the two guys I'm looking at. So and keep in mind second innings as well. So Chandimal and Gunaratne, as well as for the Bangladeshis. I'm going to go two guys that didn't score in the last game, and one in particular who I think is under a bit of pressure, and that's Mominul Haque. The number 3's really hasn't contributed much in the last few games for Bangladesh. He's made 250s in his last 7 tests, and his test average, which was once in the 60s, has dropped to 46.8. So I think he's bound to bounce back, and he's a class bat. And I'm going to go for him. He's paying $6, and I'm also looking at Shakib Al Hasan. He's $5. Very good attacking batsman in the middle order, and his contribution will be much needed from the Bangladeshis, because the middle order is where they have the problems. And we have seen Mahmudullah, after a lean patch, be dropped from the side. So they're the guys that I'm looking at. So yeah, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka to win. I think they'll win late day 4, and I think it's going to be a good game. I reckon Sri Lanka will score around 400 or so, maybe low 400. Bangladesh will score around 300, 325, and then that buffer of about 100 runs will help the Lankas in the back end of the game. So yeah, that's my take on this game. Given that there's 3 tests coming up in the next 2 days, this game between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, and the games between New Zealand and South Africa, and India and Australia, I thought I'll put in a recommendation for a multi-bet for across the 3 games. So I'm gonna go with the Bangladeshis. For the best batsman for Sri Lanka, with Dinesh Chandimal, who's paying $5, into Henry Nicholls. For New Zealand, he's paying $8, into Virat Kohli to score a 50 at $2.10, and that's paying $84. So yeah, a lot of options there with multis across the 3 games. But yeah, something to consider, given there is a lot of Test cricket happening at the moment. So yeah, please gamble responsibly, and make sure that you trust your own judgment. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe or share this video with anyone else who may be interested. And yeah, let's look forward to a great game between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Thank you.